he died out of pure evil intent.
A robbery gone wrong, a brother, a mystery, and 9 years of waiting for answers.
Sometimes words can't really justify the emotions that come with it.
The holidays were just starting to glow in Jonesboro. It was late November 2017. Families were stringing Christmas lights, getting ready for the season, except for one neighborhood, where lights flashed for a much darker cause.
Begin tonight with that breaking news. We've just learned a homicide investigation is underway.
Blue lights, sirens, neighbors standing in their yards, trying to take it all in. The front door of a home kicked in. Jonesboro police rushing to the 2800 block of Summit Cove to reports of shots fired. Inside, the homeowner found lying in a pool of blood.
There was blood present there around the victim, a large amount.
Just down the street, West Helena native Nakiah Casey was just starting his shift at Mid-South Health System when he noticed his phone going off. It was his mom calling.
Picked up the phone like, "Hey Mom, what's going on?" And so it wasn't her voice. It was a man. It was a male's voice.
Fear kicked in. The man on the line was a chaplain.
I immediately asked, I said, "Is my mom okay?" He said, your mom is fine. He said, "Yeah, I'm sitting here with your mom, as we speak."
But if his mom was okay, why the call?
He said, "Do you, by chance, have a brother by the name of Roderic Corbin?" And so I paused and I told him, I said, "Yes."
Rushing to his mother's house, Casey passed near his brother's place. Something told him to turn.
When I got close to his house, reality really set in.
It didn't take long for investigators to confirm what he had feared.
Police responded to a shots fired call and found Roderic Corbin dead in the home.
Police tape, cameras, crowds gathering. The closer Casey got, the more surreal it felt.
Sometimes words can't really justify the emotions that come with it. I tried to hold it in as much as I could to make sure everybody else was okay. But then once my time, came in or reality really set, I just lost it. And I think I bawled until it just felt like I didn't have any more tears.
But who would do this? And why take the life of this father from West Helena?
There are no known suspects right now, and police are still investigating.
The next few days felt like a blur.
Surely I'm gonna wake up and realize that everything that just occurred in the last 24 hours was just a dream, and I can breathe, and I can get in my truck and go over to my brother's house and hug him.
As detectives worked the case, Casey's mind raced. What kind of threat could his brother have been for someone to pull the trigger? Nothing about it made sense.
He was kind-hearted, peaceful, a lot of times quiet. There's some people that would give you the shirt off of their back, and he was literally that type of person.
The oldest of five, a man of few words, who let his grill do most of the talking.
He loved to cook, and whatever neighborhood he lived in, usually by the time he got established, he was cooking or grilling for that whole neighborhood.
His love for grilling rubbed off on Casey. But more than that, so did the way he lived.
I think he has affected me as far as the man that I have become, the father I have become, the husband, the provider.
Tragically, this isn't the first time this family has faced this kind of loss. Back in 2011, another brother was killed in a homicide and robbery attempt. Their mom left devastated.
It took a toll on her, and I saw it. As strong as my mom is, this is her firstborn.
Casey describes his mom as brilliant, a social worker working in an attorney's office, and someone who worked alongside Reverend Jesse Jackson during a coalition movement. Seeing her shattered by grief was its own kind of pain.
2011, she lost her son Nigel. 2017, she lost Rod. And then 2019, my sister, she had cancer and she lost her as well. So those losses, they put her in a state to where she couldn't tell you my name.
The weight of losing 3 children, Casey says it pushed his mother into dementia.
And as strong as she was, I guess that was just one obstacle that she couldn't cross.
The family kept hoping for answers, but as the years passed, the case went cold. Until 7 years later.
My name's Detective Andy Starnes.
A new detective in Jonesboro's Criminal Investigation Division picked up the file. With fresh eyes, Detective Andy Starnes started pulling together every lead, every loose end, determined to get this family the answers they had been waiting on.
A lot of people are invested emotionally in this case. They need some closure and they need justice to be sought for Roderic.
But where to start?
It was always homicide being the weird set of circumstances surrounding the scene. There's a casing in the driveway, the door's open.
Starnes says the area does see a lot of police calls, but hardly ever for murder.
There's not always a homicide on Summit Cove, but in that area, there does tend to be a lot of calls and police response.
And back in 2017, neighbors didn't have the tools we're used to seeing today.
With that being 2017, that Ring doorbell cameras and surveillance systems were not as common as they are today.
So the big question hangs over the case. Who killed Roderic Corbin? Police say he kept to himself and had no known enemies.
To this evidence, the only motive I could point to would be robbery.
Starnes says one thing could help break this case open: the community.
Even a little testimony, a little piece of evidence can be a big break in a cold case and bring justice for that victim and closure for the family.
Nine years later, Corbin's family is still living without answers.
I do pray for closure, not necessarily so I can know exactly the name of the person. For me, it's just to have closure in that book.
It's always there, and it's going to be investigated until we can come to a solution.
Knowing Roderic is reunited with his family brings some comfort, but Casey is determined to honor his brother here too, with one thing he loved the most.
Matter of fact, I grilled for Memorial Day, and I thought about him when I turned my grill on and I set my temps and everything, pops right up there on the top, Hot Rod's Grill. So it's the little things like that that always reminds me of him.
Casey moves forward the only way he knows how, with joy, with purpose, and with his brother never far from his mind.
I try to be a joyful, cheerful person all the time. And it doesn't mean that every day is sunshine. And that was tough. That was really, really tough. That was tough. But we got through it. By the grace of God, we got through it.